Okay, we're live. Hello, LinkedIn. Today, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite ways to repurpose our blog content. Does anyone have anything that they want to start with? I know that I do a ton of repurposing, but I want to kind of open it up first.
Yeah, I think that the biggest tip that I have for repurposing, sorry, my dog has thoughts on the topic. My favorite thing about it is really just remembering that not everyone knows what you know. And so you might look at a piece of content or a piece of a blog and be like, oh, that's so basic, that doesn't really matter, like everyone knows that. But everyone might not know that. And so don't limit yourself to stuff that you see as really innovative for your repurposing. Feel free to expand to things that might seem really simple to you, but could really change someone else's perspective.
Yeah. On the same note, I mean, everyone essentially, consumes media in all different ways. And so like some people read blogs religiously and they just spend every time that they have free time, they're reading blogs. But some people don't read blogs and they watch YouTube videos, or some people watch, Instagram videos, or they listen to podcasts or whatever that is. And so when you have a blog, you can repurpose that in anything. You can turn a blog into a YouTube video, use it as a starting point for a script. You can turn it into a social media post. You can turn it into a social media video. You can turn it into an ad. There's really like unlimited potential. Essentially, any blog post is just a whole, basically a resource of information that you can present to your audience in 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 maybe, if you can pull that off different ways.
Yeah, that's what I would say, is make your blog post into every single other form of content you can think of. I mean, we've used blog posts and we've made videos, graphics. I mean, we've done LinkedIn Lives about blog topics that we have a blog post on. Like every single form of content you can think of, see how you can repurpose that blog into that, and then spread that out over, a couple months or something. I wouldn't release them all at the same time, but yeah.
And an awesome tool to do that is
Repurpose House. They're wonderful. We send a lot of our stuff to them to get repurposed into videos and quotes and all of that kind of stuff, and it's awesome. They really, those videos, we have a ton up on our social media. You can see them.
Yeah, I really like what John was saying about how some people are going to resonate with different types of content. Like I don't care for super long videos. I just my attention span does not work well for that, but I could read a 2,000 word blog post easily, or I would listen to audio content. So really keep in mind that, even if you're a blog reader and you love that, different people consume content in different ways. Because I think that a really big fear about content repurposing is your audience is going to get sick of seeing the same information over and over and over and over. But one, they're probably not all following you super attentively everywhere. And also, people just process it in different ways. People are going to see it in different ways. And I think that really matters, and that's really underrated, that the same people probably aren't going to see the same thing over and over from you, especially if you are spacing it out, like Quinn said, where the blog post goes up and a couple weeks later a graphic goes up and a couple weeks later a video goes up. And when they're spread out like that, it's not going to be like, I just read your blog on that and now you're flooding my feed with 5 different graphics from the same blog post.
I think it's really important too to realize that you don't have to use the entire blog post in everything that you repurpose. There's been a lot of blogs that I've repurposed like 3 different sections into totally different types of content. I had 3 different videos made by Repurpose House from one blog, because you can just pull from different sections.
Well, and you can even turn a blog post into, wait for it, another blog post. Like if you have a 2,000 or 4,000 word blog post and it's just like really awesome long form content. Some people love that long form content and they love those ultimate guides, but some people just want like a 400 word snippet so they can quickly like skim it. And you can take one of those really long blog posts and turn it into a couple smaller ones. And it's really easy because all the information is already there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that really plays into too how people digest content differently.
Yeah, you got to meet them where they're at.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, it's like when you're in elementary school and they talk about how kids are different types of learners. Like there's a visual learner, there's an auditory learner. I mean that, people are like that even into their adulthood. And so I mean, it's not only is it like it's like you are wringing the best out of your content. It's like you want to get every last drop out of it, but it's also like a great way for you to demonstrate to your audience that you're meeting them where they're at and your ways to make them happy.
And there's a lot to say about like the algorithms of, Google itself, but at the end of the day, you want to create content that people want to read, because Google is designed to, provide everyone on it the things that they want to see. So the more you can write and repurpose and reuse for people, and so that, includes giving the people all kinds of different content at different lengths and different things, rather than just writing or creating content specifically for ranking, the better you'll actually do for ranking, which is, ultimately a lot of companies' goals for creating this content.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if you could be the first search result for a blog post and the first video search result for like a YouTube video. Like that's huge, and that's probably coming from one piece of content.
Awesome. Well, we have anything else to share with our audience regarding repurposing?
I don't think so. let us know in the comments what you think about repurposing. If you have any tips, what you like to do to repurpose your content.
Bye.